Hello dear students, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to online bridge course maths class. In today's class we are going to discuss about properties of logarithm. So here we have few important properties and I am going to list them. So once we discuss the properties and then we will be solving problems based on the properties of logarithms. So here the first property is the product rule. It is the product rule. The rule says log xy to the base a, log xy to the base a can be written as log x to the base a plus log y to the base a. So this is the product rule. And then the second one, it is the quotient rule. The quotient rule log x by y to the base a, log of x by y to the base a can be written as log x to the base a minus log y to the base a, log x to the base a minus log y to the base a. Then the third property, it is the power rule. The power rule. And the rule says log x to the power n to the base a, log x to the power n to the base a can be written as n times log x to the base a, n times log x to the base a. And then the fourth property, it is change of base rule. Change of base, change of base rule. Change of base rule. So now the property says log x to the base a, this is equals to log x to the base b, then whole divided by log a to the base b. Log x to the base a can be written as log x to the base b whole divided by log a to the base b. Then the fifth one, so a to the power log x to the base a raised to log x to the base a is x. This is x. Then the sixth one, e power log x to the base e, this is again x. This is again x now. Then the seventh one, log a to the base a is 1. Log a to the base a is 1. And then the eighth one, log 1 to the base a is 0. The value of log 1 to the base a, it is 0. And then we'll move on to the ninth one. So the ninth property is log x to the base a can be written as 1 divided by log a to the base x. 1 divided by log a to the base x. Then the 10th one, log x to the base a power n can be written as 1 by n log x to the base a. Then the 11th property, log x to the power m to the base a to the power n. Log x to the power m to the base a to the power n can be written as m by n into log x to the base a. So these are some of the important properties of logarithm. So note down this, and then we'll solve some important problems on the properties of logarithms. Well, let us solve some simple problems on logarithms. So we have, in the first class we have already discussed about the exponential form and the logarithmic form. If a power x is equals to m, then this can be written as x is equals to log m to the base a. Log m to the base a is nothing but a raised to x equal to m. So these two are equivalent. So now with the help of this, so we have to solve these 10 questions. Take the first one. It is log 27 to the base 81. Let us take it as x. So question number 1. So I'll take it as x. Let log 27 to the base 81, which is equals to x, that means it is there in this form now. Now we have to write this in the exponential form. What is the value of m now? M is nothing but 27 here. So 27, this is equals to 81 to the power x. 27 which is equals to 81 to the power x. Simplify this further now. 27 can be written as 3 cube, and here 81 can be written as 3 raised to 4 whole to the power x. Now 3 cube, this is equals to, so here these two will be multiplied. It is in the form of a raised to m whole raised to n. It is nothing but a to the power mn. So here we get 3 to the power 4x. So you have the same base now. This implies 3 which is equals to 4x, or x which is equals to 3 by 4, or x which is equals to 3 by 4. So we have simplified this. Then log 27 to the base 81 value, it is 3 by 4. So then note down this, and then we'll move on to the second one. Let us get into the question number 2. Question number 2, it is log 100 to the base 10. I take this as x now. Then 100 which is equals to 10 raised to x. 100 is equals to 10 to the power x. Then here 100 can be written as 10 square. This is equals to 10 raised to x. You have the same base now. This implies x which is equals to 2. This implies x is equals to 2. So we have completed the question number 2. So note down this, and then we'll move on to question number 3. So question number 3, let log 9 root 3 to the base 1 by 3, this is equals to x. So now 9 times root 3, I'll be writing it as it is. Then this becomes 1 by 3 to the power x. So now 9 can be written as 3 square. And then here root 3 is nothing but 3 raised to 1 by 2. This becomes, so we get 1 by 3 power x. So here a raised to m into a raised to n, we get 3 raised to 2 plus 1 by 2. That is nothing but 5 by 2. 3 to the power 5 by 2. This is equals to, take this to the numerator now. It becomes 3 power minus x. We have the same base now. This implies 5 by 2 which is equals to minus x, or x which is equals to minus 5 by 2. So this is all about question number 3. Note down this, and then we'll take up the question number 4. Well, question number 4, it is log 9 to the base 3. I take this as x. Then, so here 9 which is equals to 3 power x. How do you write 9 now? It is 3 square. This is equals to 3 power x. You have the same base now. This implies x is nothing but 2. This is equals to, this implies x is equals to 2. So this is all about question number 4. Note down this and then we'll take up the question number 5. Well, question number 5. Let log 2 to the base 4, this is equals to x. Simplify this now. This implies 2 which is equals to 4 to the power x. 2 is equals to 4 raised to x. I will be writing this as it is. Then, so here 4 can be written as 2 square, then whole power x. Now, in the next step it becomes 2 which is equals to 2 raised to 2x. So, there will be 1 now. You have the same base. So, what is the value of 2x now? It is 1. This implies that 2x is equals to 1. That means x will be 1 by 2. So, this is the answer for question number 5. Then we'll take question number 6. It is let log 1 by 27 to the base 3, this is equals to x. This is equals to x. Then, so what do we have now? 1 by 27 which is equals to 3 power x. So now 27 can be written as 3 power 3. This is equals to 3 power x. Now take this 3 power 3 to the numerator. It becomes 3 to the power minus 3. So 3 raised to minus 3 which is equals to 3 power x. You have the same base now. That means x will be minus 3. This implies x is equals to minus 3. So this is the final answer for question number 6, and then we'll take up the question number 7. Yes, question number 7, it is log 3 to the base 81. I take this as x. Then 3 which is equals to, this implies 3, this is equals to 81 to the power x. Then 3 which is equals to 81 can be written as 3 to the power 4 whole to the power x must be written as it is. So in the next step, so these two will be multiplied now. 3 which is equals to, you have 3 to the power 4x. Then there will be 1 here. You have the same base. This implies 4x is equals to 1. That means x will be 1 by 4. X will be 1 by 4. So this is the answer for question number 7. Then question number 8, log 1 by e cube to the base e, I take this as x. Then now 1 by e cube becomes e power x. This implies 1 divided by e to the power 3 which is equals to e to the power x. Then now take this to the numerator. We get e raised to minus 3 which is equals to e power x. You have the same base now. This implies x which is equals to minus 3. This is the answer for question number 8. Note down this and then we'll move on to question number 9. Well, so we'll solve the question number 9. Log a to the power 5 to the base a, I'll be taking it as x. Then now this becomes a to the power 5, a to the power 5, which is equals to a to the power x, a raised to x. The bases are same now. The value of x will be 5. The value of x will be 5. So this is the answer for question number 9. And now we have only the last one. It is question number 10. So let us solve the question number 10. Log root c to the base c. Log square root of c to the base c. I will be taking this as x. Now how do you write root c? It can be written as c raised to 1 by 2, c to the power 1 by 2. This implies root c, which is equals to c to the power x, and then root c can be written as c raised to 1 by 2, which is equals to c to the power x. This implies the value of x, it is 1 by 2. This is the final answer for the question number 10. So with this we have completed all the 10 problems. So practice the properties as well as the problems, then we'll take up the remaining concept in the next class. Thank you all.